I realized the flaw that I had in my budgeting when I was writing everything down and what I'm paying, where it's all going to, was it relied on me too much in the sense of every time I get paid, I grab my notebook and I write every single bill down, and then I write how much I got paid, and if I paid it, it was too much. So I'm like, there has to be a better way. So I'm like, okay, well, what if I can make this on the computer somehow? Then that way, the hardest or most time-consuming thing would be to just add all my bills one time, how much they are, and then they would stay there, and then I can go back and play with it. That's exactly what I did. So a week later, here we are. I created a budget for basically my system that I use. So every time that I get paid, I write how much I got paid. So for example, I just got paid on my first check for the month of February. So we got $3,562.14. And then now we go to the check section. In this case, check one. I wrote down all my bills. So right, phone all the way down to Peacock. And what I loved about this is that, okay, you know what? There has to be a way to I could just open it, whether it's on my phone, the computer, whatever it is. And hey, I'm about to pay this now, or I paid it, and I can just click it, and it just takes it off my checklist. I was like, oh, I got so excited. So I did start doing this, and the ones that I checked off, I already paid for. So now I'm like, okay, cool. There goes the one section of my budgeting aspect where I write everything down manually. Now I don't have to. Now I come back again, a month from now when it's my first check of the month, and then I could just reset it. It tells you right here, this is exactly how much it's costing me to live. So $2,183.75. That's my monthly bills my checkly bills for check one. So now we're going to take that number, and what you have left over after with the check that I got, I have $1,378.39 left. Cool. So now what are we doing with that money? I'm like, okay, what if I add the section of what we do with the remaining money? That's exactly what I did. So now we got the check one remaining money. We got available after bills, $1,300. And now we can go ahead and start plugging in there. So I'm going to do that real quick. So if you remember from my previous video, I realized that I should be helping my wife pay off her debt first because her debt is lower. She has one card that is $1,149.47 now. So keeping that in mind, I can help her pay off that card today. And I also did do this copy. So I just copied this and then I just redid the money. And now we did it for her as well because she also just got paid. So she also has about $800 left, right? I haven't talked to her. I'm not sure how we're going to do with it yet. But going back to my budget here, I know for now I don't have any cards that require me to pay the minimum, so I'm going to put 0. Boom. E-fund, I still want to start saving, right? So we're going to do 100. We're going to do another 100 for the house. The condo, I'm starting to build up a emergency fund for it. So when my renters say, hey, this is broken, this is leaking, which of course it happened. So there you go. Family debt, I put this on here because I do got to start paying off my ability. I meant to finish. I do got to finish paying off my my family to help me with the condo and the house. But with the taxes, I think I'm going to use that towards that, so that way it doesn't really throw off as much. So I'm going to leave 0 for now. And then the car, I also want to save 100 or put in $100. So I still have $978 left for 39 cents. So what I could do is I could help my wife and be like, okay, you know what? Let me help her pay off that card, and we're going to give her $900. And I still have $78. And there, honestly, I'll probably just keep for myself. But speaking of for myself, I included in the check one, just how I wrote it in the prior video, I have my me money right here, $400. So that's already accounted for. So honestly, I should be using this money, this $78 for something else. I could save it. We could end up probably putting like $150 for the e-fund. I'll just have $20 left. Speaking of the me money, I'm like, okay, well, this is cool. What if I could also track the money for myself when I'm using it? And that's exactly what I did. Like, hello. So I used to do this in my notes in the phone. So then when I would do it, I would have to write the number, write what it is, subtract it, and then go to the calculator, subtract it, and then go back to the app and then put my remaining money. Yeah, that's not sustainable at all. You can be as disciplined as you want, but if you don't have something that's like effective, like a good system, which I realized I function really well with systems. This actually started yesterday. Today is February 7th. But on the 6th, I got paid, so I got $400, got replenished. And now I ran out of meal preps, so I had to buy some Chipotle, and it does the automatic subtraction. I had to buy some storage for Apple, and then today, let's say if I waste, which is actually our anniversary. Happy anniversary, my love. I love you. So let's say take her on a date, do yada yada, spend $200, which we're gonna subtract it, right? And now it's just gonna automatically subtract it for you. I'm like, oh goodness. I love this because it's actually on the phone. And you just go to Google Sheets, have it there, boom. So you could literally just do it on the phone, which is what I wanted. I don't want to be on a desktop and I have to do it on the desktop. So I actually made a challenge for myself, 30-day challenge of using $400, just because I want to see where I'm at. I don't want to give myself $400 and I keep going over, or there's like $100 left because I actually am good with $300, let's say. So this is going to help me. So then eventually in the future, let's say a month, 2 months from now, whatever it is, find what it is. I could just go back to the budget here, go to my me money, and let's say, hey, you know what? I could actually do with 250 because I started cooking, I started meal prepping, and we don't go out that much anymore. So then now that frees up, and then you can go back here, and you can see with the leftover money, now I have $178 as opposed to just $128. So this is awesome. So if you guys do want to follow along on that 30-day day challenge of using $400, yeah, I almost blew it on day one because we have this Dragon Ball Z pop-up that came to Illinois, came to Woodfield Mall, and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna buy figures, and like $400 for figures, like I know $400 is a lot, don't get me wrong, but like figures like $80, and then if it's like a once in a lifetime figure type thing, it's gonna be like $100, and then you're gonna want more than one. You're like, I'm already here. But this helps me because now it's like, okay, I spent like 125, 120 on a figure. Now I have 270 left, and it's barely day one out of 30. Crazy. It's gonna be a fun challenge. So if we go back to my wife's budget and I do this for her, so giving her $900, she needs $150 to pay off her credit card. So now right here, we're just gonna go to her check one. She has $857 left. We're gonna put $150 towards credit card, so now she pays it off, and then she can also adjust what it is here. So now she'll have $707 left, which she could use for however she wants. I would do this with her, but she's at work. But we're going to play that out so we can finish paying off the credit card. I love how much clarity this system gives me because it's just kind of like numbers don't lie. I see them plug in, and then I just see what's left over. I see the debt going down, which I thought to myself, I'm like, I should really put a debt tab. And then that tab, you can put all the cards, right? Because it's hard. For example, I have a Home Depot credit card. I have the Chase credit card. I had a Capital One credit card, but I only owe two. Point is, there's multiple credit cards, multiple different kinds of loans, such as like mortgage and things like that. So I got the other idea. I'm like, hey, let me do one for the debt, and that'll also help you kind of see your overall debt as opposed to like having to log into Chase, having to log into whatever you use, Fifth, Seventh, Third Bank, having to log into your mortgage, which you're going to log into anyway. But you get what I'm saying. It's all going to be in one place, and I'm excited. I'm going to be working towards that. So in doing this, we're going to go from $21,926.49 in debt to $20,777.42. I am building financial systems for myself, seeing what works, what doesn't work, how I'm going to get out of this debt, or how are we going to get out of this debt, and how are we going to, build ourselves back up and eventually become financial independent. But as of right now, we're nowhere near there. We need to pay off our debt first. Follow me on this journey. Make sure you're subscribed, and hopefully these tips or anything I shared does help you. See you guys then.